What's up, everybody? Errol Latibedir here, sports geek. Another night, another dollar, I guess. Something like that. I don't know how much worse it can be at this point in time with the Yankees. Really don't. Toronto's gave the Toronto Blue Jays gave them an ass whooping tonight. Plain and simple. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. They got their asses beat. Carlos Rodon didn't have it tonight. I'm sure he takes responsibility. You can't give up all those runs. It doesn't give the offense a fighting chance to kind of come back and win. Maybe if you give up 5, the offense didn't show up tonight except for Trent Grisham. Hit a two-run home run, but that was about it. So, when the starting pitching fails, things can snowball real quick. They really can. I wish I had more for you. I wish I had some better news. Right? Wish there was more to say. I think that I don't know. I think that sometimes I don't know. I just think that sometimes, teams go through a rough spell, right? I've talked about this before. I've talked about, just having different issues or problems in everyday life with normal human beings. And you got to kind of compare that to pro athletes, that they're human too. So I'm not going to beat them up too much about losing. Tomorrow's a new day. What movie? What do they say? Like pretend like a goldfish has the shortest memory or no memory at all. So pretend to be a goldfish. There's some movie I was watching. That's not my quote. That's somebody else's quote. But maybe tomorrow or tonight, the players can pretend to be goldfish and pretend to not remember anything. I'm also testing out this chat box feature. So forgive me if I'm delaying here. I'm trying to understand how these work so I can set up, like, if people want to communicate with me during a stream, they can. But I don't see where that's working because I'm trying to set this up on the fly. I don't see anything. I got the CloudBot turned on. CloudBot for YouTube. Sorry, folks. It is a little crazy right now. Oh, here we go. Oh, we got one coming in. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, it's so discouraging to see them performing this poorly after such a great start to the season. Are they in their heads? What's the deal? I'm not trying to say I expect them to win every game. Hey, listen, yeah, Michelle, I agree 100%. Right now, I think they have a lack of confidence. And welcome to the show, by the way. Welcome to Sports Geek. Appreciate you doing that comment there. Yeah, that's actually cool that this is working. So I can communicate with you guys. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Are they in their heads? Maybe. I think there's a lack of confidence going on right now with the team. I know Glaber looks broken. DJ LeMahieu looks broken. And right now, I don't think the Yankees they seem to be trying to give DJ LeMahieu more time to perform because of his injuries. But the reality is maybe DJ cannot perform at any higher level that he currently can, not because he doesn't want to or he's not trying, but because he's old. He's gotten older. The Yankees are trying to hold on to the DJ LeMahieu back of 2022, 2020, those 2019, all those good years that he performed. Right now, I think he's 35, going on 36. I got to check those stats, his age, but he's regressing. And with that, he's a utility player at this point. They shouldn't be pushing him, running him out there every day, trying to be a, everyday third baseman or first baseman, whatever you're trying to do with this guy. So right now, teams can start off hot, get cold, get hot again because it's baseball. It's baseball, which leads me to this subject right here. Is it time to panic? Is it time to panic? I personally don't think it is. I think the beauty of them failing now is the simple fact that that they have time to turn it around. Oops. Yeah, so they have time to turn it around. If this was happening in, say, August or September, I'd say, yeah, we're fucked. We're fucked royally. But the fact that there is time to do something about it, that's awesome. Now, the question is, are the Yankees going to do something about it? Right? And this is a double-edged sword. Are the fans going to blame Brian Cashman if he doesn't do something about it? Or is the real deal Hal doesn't want to spend any more money? Because acquiring somebody via trade means picking up additional salary depending on who they pick up, at what cash dollar value that contract is. So, for example, if somebody's making $10 million a year, it's the trade deadline is almost a little bit past the halfway point. So, that team might be on the hook for like another, $5 million or $4.5 million, whatever that is. The Yankees pick that up. That salary doesn't stay with that team. That adds $4 million to the current Yankee salary. But remember, they're over the luxury tax limit right now. They are the highest. They are over. So that $4 million becomes $8 million. And that's just for one player. They need about 3 or 4 players, to be honest with you. They need to make about 3 or 4 moves. I think, listen, the bullpen is shit right now. I mean, I guess it performed well today, but it's crap right now. But I think they don't have to get a bullpen piece. Well, I've said it before. I think they can get a power throwing lefty. So that's one bullpen piece, but everything else can be done internal. And what I mean by that is Clark Schmidt can go to the bullpen if they want to. Luis Hill can go to the bullpen if they want to. They can call up Jack Neely, next month or give him a few more weeks in AAA, right? It's a fast promotion, but let's see how he performs in a month. Bring him up. See what you got so you know what you have next year. Bring them up now. Put them to the test. So, and Scott Efros is on his way back. That's 4 new bullpen pieces, and you can get rid of some of the ones that aren't working or trade them away. Put them in a package for someone. Right? It's a throw-in player, but I'm sure if a team is trading you a lefty, they might need a lefty, a la Caleb Ferguson. If not Clark Schmidt to the bullpen, maybe it's Nestor. This and only if they get a frontline starter. Because as of today, I don't have any confidence in Carlos Rodon. I love Carlos Rodon. When that guy is on, he's nasty, filthy, competitor. You saw it tonight. I'll tell you what I like about him. The guy's got balls. He sat there and he gave up a lot of runs. He and Boone were talking. He goes, let me hang in there, man. What's the worst that could happen? I already gave up like 8 or 9 runs, so just leave me in there. But he found I saw positivity through him settling down in the later innings, the last 2 innings. He gained control, composure. That's positive. Maybe that helps him with his next start because it's building confidence back inside him. That's how I look at that. Yes, it's a failure. We lost. Blue Jays won. Hats off to you. I also hate teams with mascots, man. I'm not saying I hate the Blue Jays. I don't like any team with a mascot. Whether it's baseball, football, what the fuck is a mascot about? Thank God I'm not in charge of baseball or a professional team. You don't know what my mascot would be. I'm telling you straight up. And it wouldn't be like family friendly. So thank the Lord I'm not in charge. Mascots are ridiculous. So anyway, that's my opinion. So yeah, that's I saw positivity in Carlos. finding himself a little bit on the mend in the later innings that he stayed before they had pulled him. And besides, a power throwing lefty bullpen piece, they need to address third base, second base, or first base. I still say keep Ben Rice in there for now. Kid made a bonehead error today on a play like that, man. You can't guess the ball's near the line, but you got to just pick the ball up and run to first. Pick the ball up, look at the runner at third, pick the ball up, look at the runner at third, because the runner coming from home plate has to come towards you. You don't really have to make a move. You can actually pick the ball up, run towards the runner coming towards you, and throw it home. These are plays that, you got to make. But he's a rookie, and he's going to make a rookie mistake. You got to give him time. You got to give him time. Once again, it isn't time to panic yet because it's happening now. The Yankees have time to fix this. They have time to fix this. They have time to right the ship, as they say. So if they can address those pieces with clutch performers, I talked about this on a different show, with players, clutch players. Check out one of my shows, guys. I think it was like 2 or 3 shows ago. And I had the list up on, let me see here, if I can find it for you guys. I'll show you guys again. If they can get players that are clutch, I'll be clutch players. Let me see here. Lord. That's a game. MLB clutch baseball players. $2024. I don't want of all time. Man, I can't find this thing. Yeah. Let's see if I could do this. Ronald Acuna, Corey Seager. We don't need that. Corbin Carroll. Yeah, so this isn't the list. I had it on a different show. I'm sorry, everybody, but it's out there on another show I did. But it shows where it was a guy from Colorado. It was Ezekiel Torval. I said I think he plays shortstop. Obviously, we don't need shortstops because we have Volpe. But if that guy can move to third or play second, he's clutch. He's clutch right now. He's no joke. And if Colorado doesn't want to give, I'm not a fan of Ryan McMahon. Ryan McMahon is a good player, but here's the problem. If you look at his track record, he's performed horrible in the past, 6-7 years. So he's having a great year this year. Why would we give up our farm for that guy when he might regress next year? I don't see it. If he had a proven track record for 2 or 3 years, 4 years that he is more than a 95 WRC plus player, then yeah, I'm all for that. But he's not. He is now this year, but not the past 7 years. So that doesn't work for me. There was a couple other players too that were on there. Damn it, I wish I had that list. Next time I'm going to make this stuff my favorite. Anyway, so with that said, I don't think it's time to panic. I think the Yankees have time. I think we can make a certain amount of additional pieces to the team by the trade deadline. And if they don't, then listen, you get what you get. We get what we get, right? You will know right away it's not a World Series contender. And then what are you going to do? You waste a year with Soto? So, right? People keep saying that, Juan Soto's going to be a Met or he might go to the Dodgers. I don't see it. I don't see it. So, there we go. That's so cool. Yeah. Well, like I said, Michelle, thank you for your comments. Really appreciate that. Here you go. I really appreciate that. So not time to panic yet, people. Still have time. Tomorrow's a new day. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I don't have much to say. I'm just disappointed. I guess the look in my face or how I feel, I'm just disappointed. Nothing against the Toronto Blue Jays. They're the better team right now. They played and they beat us. So you have to give credit where credit's due. But the Yankees they're playing like ass right now. Straight up ass. So, and I'm hoping it's not catching, right? It's not like because Glaber's in a slump, LeMahieu's in a slump, and is it wearing down the regular team, right? Because Volpe, Soto, and Judge, that's it right now. That's it. That's your team. And I'm sorry, 3 people can't carry your team. Not in today's competitive sports of Major League Baseball. I don't see it. So I appreciate you guys watching. Didn't mean to be a downer today. I just thought maybe today would be different, but listen, there's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. That's the beauty of life and baseball. So, guys, I'm Errol Latibedir. Thank you for watching Sports Geek. Please remember to like and subscribe. I finally have the chat working, so that's so cool. Whoever's watching can communicate with me. Super awesome. What are your thoughts on the IL? What do you mean the IL? Like who's on the IL? Like what does that mean? Please, let me know what you mean, and I will. Let me do this. Seriously? I don't know what that means. What are your thoughts on the IL? I don't understand. I was about to sign up, but I'm going to wait until she responds. This is my first time using the chat, so just want to make sure I answer her question. And if this is going out to anybody else out there, if you're watching, listening, please comment. I'll stay on as long as you want. I'll talk forever. Everyone on the injured list right now, check out the link. Oh, I have links blocked in here because I didn't want to contract the virus. So here's the deal. My thoughts on the IL are Stanton's injured. Understandable. He was performing. Once again, if you think performing at 240 is good, it is what it is. I say for him it's good because last year I think it was he below 200 or at 200? So I'll take 240, and he was hitting with runners in scoring position, so I'll take that. Rizzo's on the IL. I feel bad when players are on the IL, so let's start there first. But Rizzo wasn't performing. So this was the perfect time that Ben Rice, who's been tearing up AAA, has the opportunity to come up and take Rizzo's place. I don't think Rizzo's ever going to be the same. I'm going to tell you why. Rizzo had a concussion last year. He has chronic back problems overall throughout his career. And now he just fractured his forearm, meaning that when he's swinging, because he's a lefty, he has to lead with that arm, right? That's always going to be pressure on that arm. I don't think he's ever going to be the same at this point. So I think it's time we pass the baton, and maybe he's a platoon player or a pinch hitter in late games. He has to understand that at this point. Even if he comes back, I don't think he's going to be the same. Just don't see it. And when you're older, little injuries like that, little fractures can become problematic over time. So, that's that. What's horrible is that when Stanton went down, we had a player called Jason Dominguez in AAA, tearing it up, tore up AA, tore up AAA. Perfect option because people were saying, where are we going to play this guy? Because everyone's really performing on the Yankees when they were winning, when they were actually winning a game. And that seems like a long time ago, doesn't it, folks? Like a long time ago. So now Jason is injured. He's injured. He might not come back until end of July, maybe August. He's out for 8 weeks. And what if he doesn't come back? What if that oblique strain doesn't heal right? Obliques are real tricky. Like, he might be out for the rest of the year. What do you do? That's why I'm saying they can fix the problems by making about 4 to 5 trades or additions to the team that can help balance this team out. As for Birdie, let me see here. So Birdie, Nick Birdie, he's a pitcher. He's a flamethrower. He's also injury prone. Even if he comes back, honest to God, he might get injured again. Nick Birdie's a good dude. And, you know, I'm not talking bad about any of these guys. Even when I say I'm mad at Glaber, I'm sure he's a nice person. DJ LeMahieu, I wanted DJ LeMahieu back when he won the batting title. And here's the funny thing. His agent wanted 4 years. 4 years for DJ LeMahieu on a contract. And because the Yankees wanted to stay under the luxury tax, extended it to 6 years to avoid paying the tax. This would have been DJ LeMahieu's last year. We still have him for 2 more years. Crazy, right? So sometimes it's best to just pay up, man. Like, seriously, if they sign Soto, I'd say 12 years. That's it. 10 to 12 years. Pay the $50 million or $55 million, whatever it's going to be. Just pay it. You don't need him past age 36. You just don't. I don't know what to tell you. So, Nick Birdie might get injured again. We can't count on him. John Berti, man, if we had him right now, he's a really good third baseman. I mean, man, there's a third base right there, and he can hit for average. I think last year he hit like 290, right? And he's fast. He's a fast runner. He's a great defender, fast runner. That was when they made that move because Cabrera wasn't performing. I was happy. I'm like, dude, we got a third baseman right there, and now he's injured too. So hopefully he'll be back soon. Maybe they don't have to make a move at third base. Who knows? Who knows if he's going to even be the same from that calf injury? I don't know. Clark Schmidt's not coming back until I believe August. Hamilton. Who's John Hamilton? Hamilton, he's not the same as he was last year. I don't have faith in Hamilton. Poteet, I believe, should be back in about 3 to 4 weeks. I do have faith in him, but he's also injury prone. So the Yankees didn't spend a lot of money in the offseason because I think they knew they had to sign Soto, or they want to try to sign Soto. So they picked up a lot of depth pieces, but these depth pieces have injury problems, except for John Berti, I believe, and Jason Dominguez. This is the first time Jason Dominguez has been injured. Well, I'm sorry, when he had the UCL tear and now this. He's never been injured his entire professional minor league baseball career. Never. So people saying, oh, he's going to, no. This guy is not like, there's tons of people in the minors that have been injured. The Yankees know about it. They have their medicals, but yet they still play professional baseball. And sometimes it works out. Sometimes it doesn't, where they can't perform because they're always injured. Clark Schmidt, same thing. I don't think he's been injured a lot. So I think he should come back fine from this. Once again, that was an oblique issue. You saw what that did with Luis Severino. Luis Severino, yes, he had some issues with his arm, but then he had the oblique, and he was never the same. I think he was favoring that, which is why he wasn't throwing correctly, and he was favoring, I think, his oblique, which is why he ended up tipping his pitches and doing all sorts of nonsense. So obliques can be really tricky, But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. I think, like I said, if they just make the right trades, and I know it's going to be difficult because teams are going to want what they want. Other teams are going to want what they want, and I'm not sure we should give up the entire farm for it. But if they want some other players, and we can do something fairly reasonable, then we have some solutions. It's going to that trade deadline day is going to be a show. And I can tell you this: any team who goes after what they need in order to be competitive, they're the ones winning the World Series. I'm talking like if Baltimore does something, or if the Mets do something, or even the Dodgers. I think every team knows what their weaknesses are, and they're trying to actually patch those weaknesses to solidify a championship run. And there's quite a few teams involved, so there's not a lot of teams that are selling right now. There's about like half a dozen, if that. So hopefully that changes. Like in the National League, it's a shit show in the National League. Check this out. Let me show you something. Let's go to standings. Let me share my screen real quick. Screen. Is this it? Yes, that's it. Show on. I'll go like this. I'll go like this so you guys can see it. Blow it up a little bit. Okay, so obviously you can see the Yankees, right? They're tied for first with Baltimore, right? Yankees have more losses, like I told you in the other show yesterday. You can't take away losses. You can add wins, but those losses stick with you like a bad disease, if you catch my drift. So, you can win more, but you can't take these away. So this is bad. Cleveland's in first. The Mariners are in first. Now let's go to the NL. This is a shit show. Look at these records, right? The Atlanta Braves, they're 44-35. They're 3.5 games out of wild card. The Mets, who are a 500 team, is 1 game behind them. The Nationals, who have a losing record, are 3 games out. The Miami Marlins, which is probably going to be a fire sale right here. But these 3 teams can actually compete to become number 1. It's crazy for a wild card spot. Let's continue with the National League. It's a shit show. Milwaukee Brewers, they're in first place, right? The St. Louis Cardinals, they're in second place. They're 6.5 games out. They can make this up depending on if these guys start to lose. But check this out. Pittsburgh Pirates and Cincinnati Reds, 2 games and 3.5 games out for a wild card. The Cubs are only 4 games out for a wild card. They can make this up if these guys start to lose. They're in it. Won't be selling. Continue. The Dodgers, 51-31. They're in first place in the West. San Diego Padres, they're 8.5 games out. Sounds bad, but they're only half a game out of the wild card. Arizona Diamondbacks, 2.5 games out. The Giants, 3 games out. The Colorado Rockies, the only ones are 14 games out, and they don't want to sell jack shit. For what? They don't want to sell any of their players. These guys are out of control. Out of control. I think that air is too high up there in the mountains. So they can't think straight. But these 3 teams right here, they got a shot for the wild card. So they're not going to sell. Well, who do you trade with? Well, the White Sox have a fire sale. Maybe the Tigers, 6.5 games. That's not that bad, depending on if these guys start to lose. I mean, even the Blue Jays. Boston's only a half a game behind out of a wild card. I mean, dude, the National League is where all the nonsense is going on. Like, I don't even understand this league. So, there you have it. So that's where we're at. So once again, we will see how the trade deadline turns out. Hopefully the Yankees are going to do something good and positive. If not, we'll get what we got last year and we'll know where we stand as Yankee fans. Simple as that. Guys, thank you for watching. Have a good night. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Once again, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Say there's this crazy dude on YouTube. Check him out. He's got problems. And I'll see you guys soon. Thanks again. Leave some comments below. Thanks. Bye.